The difference between a print-on-demand shop that makes $50 a month and one that makes $5,000 a month almost always comes down to one thing: your niche. So let's go through a simple process to find yours and then actually turn that into sales. Look, print-on-demand is crowded and generic designs get buried, but there is a reliable way to stand out, and that's to get specific about who you're creating for. Now, what does niche really mean in print-on-demand? Because people are getting hung up on this word, but your niche isn't just one thing. It's actually the combination of three different things. The first is your audience. So who's buying? Is it nurses? Is it gamers? Dog moms? The second point is style, which is how the design, the product is going to look. Is it retro? Is it minimal? Is it bohemian? And the third is the product. So where does it live? Is it going to be on a t-shirt or a sticker? So for example, retro t-shirts for pickleball players is a very specific niche, whereas graphic design tee or dog shirt is not really a niche. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not niched enough. So the more specific you get on these 3 points, the easier it is to find and more likely find a buyer who will say, this was made for me. So step 1 is to start with what you know best. The best POD sellers are the insiders. They sell to communities they are a part of or know well. So you're going to want to start with your own hobbies, topics, interests that you know the most about. So ask yourself, what are my favorite hobbies or activities? What communities or clubs or groups am I a part of? What's in my closet right now or on my desk or on my walls that I really like? If you're a nurse or a fisherman or a D&D player or a new dog mom, you know what jokes land in that world. You know what colors kind of feel right. You know what those people say and probably what they would buy. So write down 10 of those interests, your job, life stage, fandom, whatever it is, and that becomes your short list. Then, step 2 is picking a product lane. The print-on-demand catalog is huge, which is great, but you can't launch every product at once, or at least I would not suggest doing it. I would master one, iterate, and then move on. For example, t-shirts or other clothing apparel, mugs or drinkware, stickers, wall art, tote bags, phone cases, there's a lot of options. T-shirts have the biggest market, but also the most competition. Stickers and wall art have lower revenue, but they are less saturated. Regardless, I would just pick one, pick a product, get fluent in the design for it, and then expand from there. But keep this in mind, your design and the style should fit the product. A detailed D&D battle scene might look incredible as a poster, but it's not going to translate to a small sticker or the print area of a mug because there's just not enough room for all that detail. So when you pick a product, think about what kind of design is going to work on that canvas. And step 3 is research the real buyer demand. So now take that short list you made, go research what people are actually buying. And don't limit yourself to one marketplace. POD sellers are in a lot of places, and each can tell you something a little different. Etsy is great for very niche, design-forward buyers, especially for gift purchases. Amazon has their own merch-on-demand provider, so when you search on Amazon, you're going to find massive volume, especially for any kind of apparel. Redbubble and TeePublic are great for very trend-driven buyers, so seeing how your niche shows up there is helpful. And then I like Google Trends. It's one of my go-tos to see if a topic is growing, fading, or perhaps is seasonal. So search your interest category plus the product, and then you can sort by best-selling on shops like Etsy or Amazon, and you're going to look at how many sales those top shops have made. What you're hunting for is niches with proven demand, but room to provide better looking designs. If the top shops all look generic, that's your opening. And this is where Kittl will really help you, but we'll talk about that later. Step 4 is to build your reference library. So after you've got that niche target and you've got some validation from the research, you can build references. And I love using Pinterest to search for the design style I'm making as well as the products. And you can still use Etsy and Amazon top sellers, which are great storefronts to study, and then you can screenshot the ones that you like or what stands out to you. On Instagram, you can search hashtags or profiles for specific niche or products to find some really cool stuff. And then you'll want to save everything that you like, which I like to do by copying and pasting those images into a Kittl mood board. Since for me, I'm going to be designing everything in Kittl, and it's just easier to keep it in the same place. And once you've compiled all that stuff in the same place from all your resources, you're going to study the patterns. What style keeps showing up in your niche? Is it retro? Is it vintage? Is it Y2K? Are the main product winners very text heavy or are they illustration heavy? What colors are dominating and how many colors are used. This will become your glossary, the vocabulary for how you're going to keep searching for more inspiration, which will then brief your own design. After you have all that, it's time to act on your niche and make it real. The 4 steps I just shared are how to find the niche, but finding it is, of course, half or maybe 3/4 of the work, because now you have to do it. And that comes down to 2 things, designing and then refining. For designing, mockups, variations, additional assets, Kittl is really going to help you excel at this. For example, you can use our templates as starting points, swap out your text, customize illustrations, because we even have AI tools like Remix, which can help you take an illustration and turn it into a new illustration in a similar style that you like. Not to mention all of the amazing Etsy listing templates and other print-on-demand templates we have for you to make variations and get your listing images up a lot faster. And so my suggestion is to make 5 to 10 designs that you really know well and list them, and then study what happens. Which designs are actually getting views or clicks? Are any of them getting any favorites? Did one of the products make a sale? Which products or designs are sitting completely untouched? The actual market is going to tell you what's working faster than a guru will. And of course, a lot of this is going to depend on which marketplace you're selling on, because if you've started a personal website and integrated print on demand, you're probably going to be a little more branded and you'll probably need to run ads. And I did a super in-depth POD masterclass months ago on this. I will link it down in the description for you, and I go through the different options and what I would probably do first if I was just starting out a print-on-demand shop. But after you collect some data, which is going to take a couple weeks, it's not one day, you'll be able to see some patterns, and then you can refine and expand your category. For example, maybe your vintage style nurse shirt is outselling everything, and that's a sign that you should double down on that. Cut or ignore what's not working, and you can then expand into adjacent products. If the shirt works, go ahead and apply and try a mug or a sticker. This is how the niches will compound, and one winning design can become a collection becomes your shop identity, and then the shop yields repeat buyers. And then you can start into super niche trends or cross niching or getting into very seasonal trends. Now, of course, there's more to get into, but this video is just meant to help you get started, not to stay stuck in one phase of beginning. So if this is like the 4th video on POD niches that you've watched, it's time to start. Go do it. And if you need a design tool to get there, you'll want to sign up for Kittl using the link down in the description. You can try it for free, but if you like it, come back, get the discount code that's down in the description. You're going to get more AI tokens, and of course, you're going to get money off your plan, so it's a win-win. And if this video was helpful, please give the video a like and let me know in the comments, where are you in the print-on-demand phase? What do you need? What are you missing? Do you have any struggles? We'd love to help you out there. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss videos just like this one, as well as other product updates we're making in Kittl to make you more sales, to make your whole workflow a lot easier. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.